Hello. I am just outside on my deck at the moment, drinking tea. And I wanted to make a little video. As you can tell, I just got up not that long ago, so my hair is not even really brushed, but whatever. So lately, everyone's kind of in the XJW community are kind of like upset because they recently changed another rule. That rule being you can now get higher education. And okay, so I kind of understand why people are upset because when we were looked down upon if we did that. Now, I know some people that still did it, like college or whatever. I don't think I know anyone who went to university if they grew up a witness, but some people did college. Most people did like a trade school, which was okay. You could do that. That was like a good idea for them, but you couldn't do like college without some, people and their snarky comments looking down on you, like, how dare you try to get a good job in this system of things that's going to end very soon. Armageddon's upon us any moment. You're just wasting your time in school when you could be door knocking. That's kind of the attitude, right? And so anyway, they've recently changed the rule to be like, oh yeah, go to school, get higher education. And some people in the XJW community are like, so now we're suddenly allowed to do this? Like, come on. And they're kind of annoyed, right? Because they didn't have that opportunity. But, and that's kind of like some of the other recent changes. So like a few months back, you can grow a beard now. Men were never allowed to grow beards before. My dad always shaved, and before he was a witness, he had a big beard, and he always had it. And then he became a witness, and he shaved. Until the day he died, he was always shaven because he wanted to be a good witness. And it was like really, like, I don't know anyone, I don't remember any witness who had beards. Apparently, some people used to try to like break the rules and like they'd let their stubble grow out a bit and then they would get talked to like right away by the elders, like, you need to shave, brother, your stubble is showing. So anyway, that's gone by the wayside a few months back, along with oh man, this person's power walking and they are really giving her. Sorry. Okay. Along with oh yeah, women are allowed to wear pants now at the Kingdom Hall. They don't have to have dresses and skirts all the time. You can wear pants if you so choose. Yeah, that one was annoying to me because, like, it's not okay. I hardly ever wear dresses now. And I think it's because 3 days a week, at least, as a youth, I'd have to wear dresses and skirts to the Kingdom Hall. And I just got so sick of it, But anyway, that's gone by the wayside. And those are more minor, like the beard and the skirt thing, that's more minor. But one of the other big rules they changed at the same time was they are not shunning anymore. We know that they probably still are, but there was, rules given from the leadership down, or I guess rules changed, that you don't have to shun people anymore. If they're like your family members and they've been disfellowshipped, you can talk to them, you just can't talk to them about spiritual matters, witness stuff, I guess. Big whoop-de-doo. Anyway, so they changed that so that it looks better to the outside world, right? Because witnesses have been being pretty looked down upon for that policy for many years. Like, even when I was door knocking years ago, because I've been gone since 2012, I remember people getting very mad at me. I was like a teenager, like a young kid, and people would get mad at me and like yell at me because I have a friend who was a witness and she got disfellowshipped and everybody disowned her and your religion's horrible and blah. Right? And I was like, I'm sorry. So that's been a thing that people have hated for a long time, and so it's changed. And, people are, the XJW community, every time a change like this is happening lately, they're kind of like mad about it. They're like, what the fuck? You guys are trying to be better, but we know the way you are. You're terrible. And it's like, yeah, they are. We know it. But to me, it's a win because I protested this religion for a few years, not consistently. My protest today consists of, like, if it comes up, I tell people what a horrible religion it is and some of the shit they might not know about it, and they're like, what? Oh, what? But that's all I really do today. I don't like bring it up. Just if it comes up, I'll let them know. But I obviously did protest at certain times for quite seriously, and it was very healing for me and therapeutic at the time. But I wasn't protesting like just to freaking bash them. I actually was protesting because their policies are terrible and they do need to change things. And like, there will always be people in that religion, because you know what? There are people whose grandparents are in that religion, whose great-grandparents are in that religion, okay? They are never going to be able to leave unless they lose everybody they know. Their whole life is in that religion. So even though they might know it's bullshit, they've got to stay. So because of this, I'm happy. I'm happy that there are some changes that are making it a little less ridiculous for these people who have no choice but to stay. Because at this point, I don't believe that religion contains very many like gung-ho true believers. At this point, there's been so many things that have happened in the last few years, so much mass exoduses of constituents, because the true believers left a long time ago when they realized, like, what the hell? This change? Like, after all these years we were doing this and now there's this change? Like, these guys are just making shit up as they go. And like, when they realize that, like when they start to drop that illusion a little bit, they leave because they realize it's bullshit. The people that are still in, I think the vast majority of people that are still in don't really believe it like the way they claim. I think they just can't leave, to be honest. Like, they just don't know how to leave. They don't know how to have a life outside of it because it's been their whole life and it's their whole existence. Family, friends, everybody. Social circle. They might even work with witnesses, They network together and stuff. So that's what I think. And if these changes are going to make it a little better for them so that, if their kids want to leave one day, they don't have to shun them, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm on board with that. And if it's going to allow like a child to go to college or university based on like scholarship, like maybe they're smart and they just get funded and they go. Like, as a witness, before we used to be taught like, oh, don't take these opportunities, right? There was actually a Young People Ask video of a guy who was like getting called into his dean's office, or I don't even know the wording they used, but called into the office to talk to like a principal or something. Probably it was based in like America. This video was made in America, but I don't know, here we call them like principals or whatever. But he was getting talked to about his grades and how like he can have full scholarship because he's so smart and intelligent and blah blah blah. And he turned it down, and it was like used as an example to us, like, do not take up these worldly offers. But now they they can go. That's a good thing, because so many witnesses these days are broke ass motherfuckers. Like, these guys are poor. If you look up the statistics for like highest paid religions, so like poorest religions, the Jews are number one. Shocker. They get paid the most, but the witnesses are dead last. They have like hardly any money. They're poor, very poor, because they're encouraged to be poor. And so if this is a change, I mean, I'm happy for them. Like, now obviously there are some witnesses that are still gung-ho and that are annoying as fuck, and if we had to socialize with them, we'd probably want to beat our head against the wall. And whatever. But I think this is overall a good change, because what it's going to do is it's going to allow more of them to just be a little bit more normal. And over time, I think more of them will leave, especially if they're getting higher education. They're going to learn that their whole religion's so ridiculous and they've been sheltered their whole life. So, yeah, overall, I'm happy for this whole thing. And it just is an example that our protesting is making a difference for the better. So that's all I have to say. So I hope you all folks are doing great, and hopefully you can hear me. I know I'm talking quite quiet, but it's because I'm outside on my deck and there's like people walking around and stuff, so I don't feel like being like, hello. Anyway, have a great day. Bye.